Gentlemen, listen closely. The world doesn't fall in love with potential. It responds to results. You see, many men are out here seeking love, admiration, and loyalty. But the truth is harsh. 99% of women don't love your hustle. They love the fruit of it. And that's not evil. That's nature. Money is not just currency. It's proof. Proof that you are valuable. Proof that you can provide. Proof that you're disciplined, capable, and consistent. Want to be desired. Build yourself. Want to be respected. Control yourself. Want to be loved. Earn it. In a world full of distractions, the man who masters focus is rare. And the rare are always valuable. You weren't put here to chase approval. You were born to build a life that commands respect. Stop crying about what people want. Become the man people want to become. Wake up early. Work in silence. Let success speak. Let your life become a standard, not a plea, because when you walk like a king, you don't have to chase the crowd. The crowd follows. 99% may love your money, but the right one will love the mindset that made it. So ask yourself, are you building wealth or just wasting time? You can talk about your plans all day long. You can dream about success, visualize your goals, and even tell the world how you're going to make it big. But let's be clear. Intentions without action are just noise. Dreams without execution are illusions. The world doesn't reward what you plan to do. It rewards what you've done. You might have the best ideas in the room. You might have a vision so grand it could change lives. But if there's no result to show for it, it holds no weight in the eyes of others. People don't follow promises, they follow performance. No one gets paid for what they meant to do. They get paid for what they actually accomplished. When you produce results, you don't need to explain yourself. Your success speaks on your behalf. It builds credibility, respect, and influence. People begin to trust you, not because of your words, but because of your track record. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Don't overthink, get to work. Show up, grind in silence, and let the world watch your results speak louder than anything you could ever say. Because real value is proven, not promised. You can have the grandest vision, the most beautiful dreams, and the purest intentions in your heart, but none of it means anything if you don't act on them. The world is not moved by what you hope to do someday. It doesn't pause to admire the thoughts in your head. What truly matters, what truly moves people, is what you actually produce, what you finish, what you execute. Results are tangible. They can be seen, measured, and respected. Intentions, while important internally, are invisible to the outside world. You can say you're working on something. You can promise you're going to change your life. You can claim you're almost there, but until something real happens, it's all just air. People are watching. Life is watching. And life doesn't respond to words. It responds to proof. It's not enough to say you're becoming better. You have to show it. Through effort. Through discipline. Through daily commitment. Results don't lie. They are the evidence of your character, your work ethic, and your seriousness. And when your results show up, you won't have to chase validation. Validation will find you. So stop explaining, stop justifying, and start building something the world can't ignore. It's a truth as old as time. People gravitate towards strength. Not just physical strength, but emotional resilience, mental toughness, and financial stability. It's deeply rooted in human nature. We are wired to seek out what feels safe, what feels solid, what feels unshakable. In a world that constantly shifts, where uncertainty is the only guarantee, strength becomes a lighthouse in the storm. Security becomes the comfort we all silently chase. This is especially true in relationships. Most women, consciously or unconsciously, are drawn to men who embody these traits. Not because they're shallow or materialistic, but because strength signals leadership, protection, and capability. A strong man doesn't mean an aggressive one. It means a man who has control over his emotions, his direction, and his life. It means he doesn't crumble under pressure, doesn't run from problems, and doesn't make excuses. Security isn't just about money. It's about being dependable, being grounded, being calm in chaos. When a man offers that kind of presence, it creates trust, and trust is the foundation of connection. So if you want to attract the best in others, become the kind of person who brings peace, not confusion. Be strong. Be stable. Be someone worth believing in. Love is not something you chase with desperation or win by pleading. True love doesn't respond to begging hands. It responds to build foundations. When you try to force affection or convince someone to value you, you place yourself in a position of weakness. And real love never grows in weakness. It grows in respect. Begging may get you temporary attention, but it will never earn you long-lasting connection. Why? Because the human heart is drawn to strength, to purpose, to self-respect. You don't get love by being available 24/7, by sacrificing your worth, or by trying to become what someone else wants. You get love by becoming the kind of person who is deeply rooted in growth, vision, and self-mastery. You build your mind, you build your body, you build your purpose, and in doing so, you radiate confidence and clarity. Two things far more attractive than any smooth words or grand gestures. When you're focused on building a meaningful life, the right kind of love finds you, not because you needed it, but because you earned it without trying to. The stronger you become, the more love feels like a natural extension, not a desperate chase. Build and let love follow. In today's world, where distractions are everywhere and instant gratification is the norm, a man who possesses true focus and self-control stands out like a diamond in the dirt. Most people can't go 5 minutes without checking their phone, reacting emotionally, or drifting away from their goals. So when a man shows the ability to stay centered, to remain calm under pressure, to say no to temptations that derail others, he immediately becomes rare. And with rarity comes value. Focus allows you to direct your energy toward meaningful outcomes instead of wasting it on pointless noise. Self-control gives you the discipline to delay pleasure, to hold your ground, and to choose long-term gains over short-term thrills. Together, they create a powerful combination that not only elevates your life, but commands respect from others. People naturally follow those who are in control of themselves, because that control reflects strength, leadership, and reliability. A man who has mastered himself cannot be manipulated, distracted, or broken easily. He moves with purpose. He acts with clarity. And he becomes the kind of force that others watch in admiration. In a chaotic world, calmness is a superpower, and focus is your weapon. Cultivate both, and you become unstoppable. Success is magnetic. It doesn't need to beg, convince, or chase. It carries a silent power, a quiet confidence that draws people in without trying. When you're successful, whether emotionally, financially, or spiritually, people notice. You walk differently. You speak with clarity. Your energy is calm and certain. You become the kind of person others want to be near, not because you're loud or flashy, but because you're grounded and in control. Success shows that you've done the work, that you've earned your position, that you're moving forward with intention. Desperation, on the other hand, carries the opposite energy. It signals lack, neediness, and insecurity. It feels heavy. It makes people uncomfortable. When you chase love, money, or recognition from a place of desperation, you push it further away. Why? Because people can sense when you're seeking validation instead of offering value. Desperation is often loud, impatient, and emotionally chaotic. It demands instead of attracts. To truly win in life, focus on becoming, not pursuing. Build your value so high that you don't need to chase anything. Let success be your voice. Let confidence be your presence. When you master yourself, everything meant for you will come, because success attracts and desperation always repels. In a world obsessed with likes, followers, and applause, it's easy to fall into the trap of building a lifestyle that looks good on the surface but lacks real depth. Many people are focused on appearances, posting the car, the clothes, the vacations, all to gain validation from others. But true power doesn't come from showing off. It comes from showing up. You don't need to prove anything to the world when your life is built on substance. A lifestyle built to seek attention is hollow and fleeting. It crumbles the moment the applause fades. But a lifestyle built to command respect, that's something entirely different. It's quiet, consistent, and rooted in discipline. It's the result of years of effort, integrity, and intentional growth. Respect isn't given to those who demand it. It's given to those who earn it through actions, consistency, and strength of character. When you build your life with purpose, when you focus on impact instead of image, people notice. Not because you're trying to impress them, but because you've become impressive without needing to say a word. Build your lifestyle to be a reflection of who you truly are, not who the world wants you to pretend to be. That's where real respect lives. A truly meaningful relationship isn't built on surface level attraction or temporary success. The right partner doesn't fall in love with the number in your bank account, the car you drive, or the clothes you wear. Those things may catch attention, but they're not what builds connection. What truly matters is the mindset behind your success, the discipline, the resilience, the late nights, the sacrifices, and the unwavering belief in yourself. The right person sees the process, not just the prize. They recognize the work you've put into becoming who you are, and they admire your consistency, your growth, and your purpose. That's because genuine love is rooted in respect. When someone understands and appreciates the mindset it took to build your life, they're far more likely to support your journey, not just enjoy your destination. They're not just there for the good times. They're there because they believe in who you are when times get hard. Success fades, money fluctuates, circumstances change, but mindset endures. A strong mindset can rebuild anything. That's why the right partner isn't just impressed by what you have. They're inspired by who you've become. In the end, love that lasts isn't about what you've gained. It's about what you've built from within. So here's the truth. The world doesn't reward intentions, it rewards results. Most people, including women, are naturally drawn to power, strength, and certainty. And in today's reality, money is the proof of that strength, not because it buys love, but because it reflects discipline, control, and self-mastery. You don't become respected by talking. You become respected by building. You don't find real love by begging. You attract it by becoming. You don't rise by chasing approval. You rise by chasing purpose. When you focus on growth, the right people gravitate toward you. When you develop a mindset of excellence, your lifestyle becomes a mirror of your value. You don't need to convince anyone. You become the man who commands attention without asking for it. Build in silence. Win with grace. Let your success make the noise. Because yes, 99% may be drawn to your money, but the 1% that matters, they'll love the man you had to become to earn it. And that, my friend, is your greatest wealth. Not what you have, but who you've become. Now stop talking. Start building. Let the world catch up.